Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Welcome to Tousi TV, your global news channel. We have the live coverage coming from central London with a couple of live feeds actually, as the pro-Palestinian Islamists have once again occupied Westminster, and the Metropolitan Police in London have started rounding up the pro-Jewish activists and the counter-protesters. They are being arrested left, right and centre. Of course, the British patriots and the pro-Israelis are not giving up the fight. Of course, it seems like the Palestinian side are also not giving up the fight, despite the fact that we have ceasefire. As I said, we do have a couple of live feeds, one from our own, of course, live camera, but also Louis Errington on the other side. A big shout out to Louis. Check out his channel. We will go, I think we're going to get sound in a second. There's oh dear God. This is terrible. No. Alright. Oh, yeah, actually, the counter-protesters are on the other side as well. So essentially what we have is there's a lot of disturbing updates coming in. Let's also show you Louis Errington's post, where he's kind of seeing his forehead. Not really sure why. But you got the counter-protesters on that side. We got the Israeli flags, the American flags, the Union flag. And the problem we have right now is that the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, has today made an extremely controversial statement. First things first, obviously, as you guys can tell, there doesn't seem to be any need for any of this nonsense. So the reason these guys are still out on the streets, despite the so-called peace deal and the ceasefire, is because it was never about ceasefire for these guys. It was never about so-called Gazans. This is always about intifada. This is always about from the river to the sea, the Jewish nation will be wiped out and we will have the Islamists in charge. That's always their narrative. So this is not going to stop just because the conflict between Gaza and Israel has stopped. Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, as I said, made an extremely controversial statement saying that chanting from the river to the sea on the streets of London is not bad and it's not anti-Semitic. This is the Mayor of London. It's not a random political candidate or a backbench MP. The man is in charge of the policing in London. Okay, so there's an extremely loud that's the Hassan Nasrallah song. The counter-protesters are playing that. You got the St. George's flag as well, so you will be arrested for that as well, flying the St. George's flag. Alright, we'll get rid of this for a second because it's going to be a copyright issue here. As you know what? Let's go to Errington. We have this feed from this angle. I think the music will still be played here. Slightly different. Slightly. Anyway, we have received an update. Unfortunately, we can now confirm that the Tousi TV reporter Niak Orbani has been arrested once again by the Metropolitan Police in Westminster. I'm going to get more information about this, but Niak, as a lot of you are familiar with, Mr. Banana Man, has been arrested a number of times by the police, but yet again we have seen two-tier policing. But it's not just Niak, it's also we had the Stop the Hate and Our Fight UK activists, friends of Tousi TV, of course. We have Mark Burbuck and Kerper and a number of others. They have also been removed. One photo that I've just obviously received from the Telegraph, you can see on this screen, is that's Kerper being taken by the police for holding the Union flag and saying that we stand with the British Jews. You can't say that apparently on Saturdays in London. And let's go to these guys, see what on earth is happening. So they have their music as well. The counter-protesters are now playing Helicopter, Helicopter. This is, of course, in relation to the former president of the Islamic Republic, who had a bit of a helicopter crash a while ago. And so the two most important things right now to focus on is, number one, our Tousi TV reporter Niak Orbani, who has been arrested, and also Sadiq Khan, who is now directly saying that these guys on the streets chanting from the river to the sea, there's nothing wrong with it, and it's allowed and it's not anti-Semitic. I'm guessing the music will be worse. Yeah. Yeah, you can still hear that. All right, so there's a couple of things. We've got the Irish nationalists who have also, well, we say Irish nationalists, they're the socialists, they're left-wingers, the pro-IRA side. They have also obviously joined the pro-Palestinian movement on the streets. It's a huge crowd, by the way. Hundreds of thousands have taken to the streets despite the so-called ceasefire, because as I said, it's not really about the ceasefire. You've got a number of different groups of obviously trade unions obviously the anti-Semitic trade unions on the side of the Islamists. So we have the Southeast Region National Education Union, who are out there today. We have the West Sussex NEU, who are also out there today. It's fascinating because if Gaza is actually controlled by the Islamists, they wouldn't have any respect for trade unions. It's sort of like a turkey voting for Christmas or chickens voting for KFC. And now there is the police have started making more arrests actually on the Palestinian side for once, but there was a bit of a struggle. I think there were some clashes actually that's just happened. I'm just going to try and bring this for you guys so you see. Let's quickly go back to our live feed on this side. Can we? Bloody hell. Okay, hang on. The counter-protesters are chanting "Bye Bye Hamas." Okay, let's copyright music aside, and let me just show you what's going on with there were some clashes between the pro-Palestinian side and the police. I'm not really sure why there hasn't been more coverage about this. There's been a lot of coverage about the pro-Israeli side and the counter-protesters being arrested, but not, even though the Met police have confirmed the clashes, but seems like there hasn't been full coverage. So I'm going to give you some information on this until we get the footage. Yeah, dozens of people have been taken by the police. So there was a scuffle between the police and the protesters. It's interesting because this seems to be now supported and promoted by the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. Considering this is a very heated situation right now across the world because of oh no. So you got those guys over there. Now that woman is not happy with the Palestine Islamists who have taken to the streets. Now I'm trying to get more updates about Niak Orbani, but we don't know. I'm assuming he hasn't been released because otherwise we would have heard something from him. So he has, I'm assuming, been taken to the Charing Cross police station again as usual. He sort of lives there now part-time as he continued to be arrested by the Met. Niak, obviously, who is originally from Iran, is a political refugee and he sees himself as a guest in the UK and wants to go back to Iran once the country is free, has been arrested by the Metropolitan Police more than he was ever arrested in Iran by the Morality Police and the IRGC. So that is absolutely interesting. Someone in the live chat said, Tousi, why are they protesting? The war is over. As I said at the beginning, this just exposes the truth because these guys don't really care. They never cared about what was actually happening in Gaza. They never cared about the actual war itself. This just energized them. October the 7th onwards just energized this movement. It's been going on for decades and decades. For these guys on the streets, it's about from the river to the sea. That's all it's about. To destroy the Jews from the river to the sea. That's the whole point. That's why it doesn't matter if there is a ceasefire or not, if there's a peace deal or not. They will be out on the streets. So yeah, you can now see them being crazy again. So these guys are chanting Palestine. The other side, on the left, the counter-protesters are playing. Well, they're coming home. The hostages coming home song. Anyway, so welcome to London. Now there is I'm just going to read out a statement by the Metropolitan Police as they have issued a condition on this protest today. There doesn't seem to be any coordination with the police right now in terms of... okay, so we have the update here now. First things first, we're going to read the statement, then we have some update from the Metropolitan Police. We have imposed conditions under the Public Order Act to prevent serious disruption at a demonstration in London. Conditions have now been imposed on the organizations of Palestine Coalition, which includes Palestine Solidarity Campaign, Stop the War, and other groups to ensure that everyone can remain safely while preventing serious disruptions to the local community. We are aware of proposals from the government for future changes to legislation to grant police powers to place conditions on or prevent repeat protests. But at this time, the law remains unchanged and we will work with the Home Office as their proposals develop. It's quite interesting that the police essentially got almost political here with that statement. They basically say, those of you who want us to do more, we can't, because Keir Starmer and Shabana Mahmood in the Home Office have not told us to stop them. That's what the police are saying. Saying there are some proposals the government is discussing, but we can't ban these guys. We don't have the power. It's the government's job to tell us to ban it. But if they do, then we will ban it, obviously. So that's the position from the Met Police. Now, the march has been formed in Victoria Embankment and is marching across the Westminster Bridge, which is right behind them. I think it's the other side actually, via Waterloo Bridge, Waterloo Bridge and the Strand. So on the right-hand side, that's where Strand is. Anyone gathering ahead of demonstration must remain in the shaded area, and the assembly must conclude by 17:30. So at 5:30 p.m. local time, if anybody's out there, there's going to be some issues. The counter-protesters have been put in a pen, like a cage, as usual. The police says this is to keep them safe, but I'm not really convinced. Let's have a look at this side. Okay, now there is some updates on what's been going on according to the Met Police. A small group of counter-protesters apparently have breached their conditions by demonstrating at the form-up point of the Palestine Coalition protest. This led to a scuffle between several individuals from the two groups. Officers were quickly on the scene to separate those involved, making a small number of arrests. So according to the police, it's the fault of the counter-protesters and the pro-Israeli side for being out of their cage and making things uncomfortable for the Palestinian side. So obviously the presence of the Jews and the British patriots is it would provoke them. Apparently, it's very insensitive of them being out there in their own city. And the protesters have now reached Whitehall. Of course, this is the end of the line, as you can see. There will be speeches that will take place. We are expecting the usual suspects, including Jeremy Corbyn, his brother Piers Corbyn, and all the others to be there. Diane Abbott, obviously. Okay. Let's go to Errington, see what he's showing us. That's also the same thing. It's slightly off tune, so we'll go back to this one. Anyway, so now, the march has slightly slowed down, which means that there's a huge crowd in front of them So as we speak, this is the end of it. That's this bridge. This is the end of Strand. And if according to the police, about half an hour ago, the front of the march has already reached Whitehall and basically near Parliament and Downing Street. This is hundreds of thousands of people right now on the streets of London. A coalition of Islamists, the far left, of course, socialists and all the others, trade unions, who once again come out because they don't care about ceasefire. They simply want to wipe out the Jews from the river to the sea. Now, anyway, let's have a look. Alright, I'm gonna bring this down a little bit because we will get copyright strike again and the video will get blocked. So we have one strike right now on YouTube. If you get 3, your channel will get banned permanently. The counter protests don't help me because every time they play their music, the YouTube obviously algorithm will not be happy and we get strikes. I'm gonna get some reaction in the live chat, then we have more updates. I'm waiting to hear from Niak, who was arrested, and a couple of others as well. While we are here, we have Stu saying Sadiq Khan wants something to increase, wants TME to increase the wage of transport for London workers so they meet the minimum and don't get deported, £20 for a bus trip. Yeah, to be fair, I mean, Sadiq Khan has other evil agenda on his mind in general, but yeah. Carol says from Australia, Gaza has been flattened and now I can see all the way from the river to the sea. Too soon, is it? Yeah. Anyway, they're all going back home apparently, but also earlier today we started getting footage from Gaza. The Hamas have started rounding up Gazans who have been helping Israel and the IDF, and they are basically shooting them on the streets. So that was kind of expected anyway. Carter says the more Starmer, Khan and their ilk tighten their grip, and well, the more the whole of the UK slips right through their fingers. We also have Nina here saying that these scumbags have been given an inch by Starmer. They will never want peace. Yeah. So we have this angle from Louis. So that's the end of that. You got the Islamic Republic of Iran flags alongside the Lebanese flag. It's so fascinating. So technically speaking, the IRGC flag, that makes sense because that represents the Islamic Republic. But the Lebanese flag, what did the poor Lebanese people do? You've just hijacked their national flag. They do that because they can't fly the flag of Hezbollah, the yellow flag, because that's banned. So they fly the Lebanese flag, pretending that that represents Hezbollah, which is a small terrorist group that controls parts of the southern Lebanon. Of course, we got South Africa, we saw the Brazilian flag, the Irish flag, the usual flags that obviously is controlled by the left-wing establishments. Anyway, so now, apparently there was a situation this morning. There was supposed to be an event, a Reform UK event with Sarah Porchin. Sarah Porchin MP, Reform MP, she was forced to cancel an event, a political event this morning due to security concerns. Nobody's safe in this country. Basic security risk is not being assessed properly. And the good news that we have is that for those who have been following British politics, we had that Afghan immigrant, illegal immigrant, who was basically a part of a gang who threatened Nigel Farage and many others. He basically filmed himself while he was coming from France to the UK on a boat. His name is Fayaz Khan, no relations to Sadiq Khan, I'm assuming, right? He has now been found guilty of threatening to kill Nigel Farage in a TikTok video. But we still don't know if he's going to be deported. So we might have the British taxpayers funding his prison stay. What is happening here? Okay, so this, yeah, I can see the IRGC flag. It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay, hang on. Can we hear that? Yeah, the counter-protesters are now louder than the Palestinian side because most of the Palestinian side have now moved towards Whitehall. They're chanting "Bye bye Hamas." It's so good. Wow. Should we go to Louis? Let's see what's going on with Louis Errington. Is he on the move yet? No. Why is everyone standing? But they're all standing by this corner. I'm pretty sure reporters will be allowed to go through, because what you want to see is closer to at least the middle of the march, if not the front of the march, rather than the back of it. But we'll wait to see if anybody is going to be moving from here. If I go back, Carol has a comment for us again. I heard the Middle East used to be separated by tribe. Still is, basically. You can send Gazans and immigrants home by surname. You belong to a tribe in Egypt, you, Syria. Yeah, the thing is now the Middle East has become extremely multicultural and multi-ethnic. So you have so many different Arab tribes, and oh my God, look at them, more of them are coming. You got so many Arab tribes and non-Arab tribes everywhere. So you can't really differentiate between Syrians and Egyptians, for example, which is a bit of a weird situation right now. So essentially, at this point, the international community would just see everybody in the Middle East like the same, which is really weird, because that was never the same. That was never the case back in the day. But the multiculturalism, multi-ethnicity across the Middle East, thanks to Islam, has not helped the situation. So you can't even actually send people back based on the tribal surnames. It doesn't really happen. So where did that group come from? Have they been, unless they woke up late, the rest of the crowd are already on Whitehall, and those guys have just arrived. That's near Waterloo Station. It's not even close. They're going to have to go all the way around. The sound you're hearing is the counter-protesters. All right. Now, yeah, this will definitely get us a copyright strike again. I'm not getting the second copyright strike. So you have like 90 days, and then you lose the strike. But then if you get 3 in a row, then your channel will get permanently banned. I am not prepared to go down and die on this hill just for some stupid music. Anyway, let me just get some more updates, especially from our Tousi TV reporter. Where on earth is Niak? Any update? Where is he? This is so stupid. Anyway, I can't believe they arrested him again. So the problem is that it depends on. So I'm just going to show you the difference between the United Kingdom, by the way, and a lovely country in Europe called Poland. Today, on Saturday, the 11th of October, while we are seeing this on the streets of London, this is happening on the streets of Poland, as hundreds of thousands of Polish patriots have come out to protest against illegal migration and mass migration and Islam. So that's Warsaw, and this is London. Yeah, slightly different vibe I'm getting between England and Warsaw in Poland. So yeah, we got more hijabis joining. To be fair, today only a few of them from this angle are covering their faces. It's usually the young ones in the right hand side you can see. Yeah, more people are coming in now. How late are they? It's almost 3 p.m. London time, and these guys have only just joined. All right, let's get some more comments here. Oh, just so bad. Misha, we have Misha saying, this was planned in your mosque, Maya. Ezra, son of my mosque. Stop telling people I'm a Muslim. I'm not. See, Misha comes up with some inside jokes from like 5 years ago on the channel that nobody like watched. It was just me and Misha, and like 4 other people watched it, and she remembers the jokes and then talks about it 10 years from now. Anyway, very niche, very niche. Do we have Louis? Please tell me Louis has now moved. Can we go to Louis Errington? That's obviously, that was our feed. Okay, Louis has moved. That's no, he hasn't moved. He's still by Pret. Why is everybody obsessed with that corner? Move! Oh my God. See, this is exactly why I need to be out there on the street. See, when I do my street reporting, I know where to go. Go into the belly of the beast. Everyone's standing by that junction, including our other feed. If you want something done, look at that one. Just standing there. Anyway, I'm just hoping that hopefully we'll get to the front of the march as well, or at least the middle of the march. Move with the march at least. It's a march, not a static protest. Breathe, Maya, breathe. I was up till like late last night because for those of you who know, Battlefield 6 was released last night on obviously everything, and I was in a queue. I think it was like number 2 million by the time I eventually got into the game. So I'm grumpy. I woke up and I chose violence. All I wanted to do was to invade Tehran on Battlefield. That's all. It's not a big ask, is it? Robert, thank you. And we have also another one saying, why don't the French put them in hotels? They do. Just not enough of them. The rest of them, they just push them out. Which is a fair enough policy on behalf of the French, but it's not good for the UK because our British government is stupid. Why are these smooth brains still doing Palestine protests? Pathetic, I pity them. It's because I did mention at the beginning, they don't care about ceasefire or war or Gazans or all that. For them, and as they are chanting today, I'm just going to go back on it to see. It's from the river to the sea. Oh God, no. There we go. From the counter protesters are louder than the main protesters. This is someone said in the live chat, that's correct. This is a march against peace. That's basically it. And it's happened every single time. In 1948, in 1967, in 1990s, in 2005, every single time there is a peace deal, there is a proposal for a two-state solution or whatever, this side always reject it and always come out to call for more jihad. Okay, this is that music is going to give me a headache. I can't. I'm not young for this anymore. All right, what's going on with Louis? No one's moving apparently. Everybody refuses to move. Now, while that's happening, I'm fine. I'm happy today. Can we get some updates from Niak, please? Where is so we got the counter protesters still. It's a shame that they put them in a pen. If they just do parallel marches, that would be great. So you got on one side of the street the smelly Islamists and the lefties protesting, marching, and then the other side you got the Jewish community and the British patriots. That will be fun, right? That's the content we're looking for. But no, that's not going to happen. The Jews have to be in a pen, in a cage, according to Sadiq Khan's Metropolitan Police. What is going on? By the way, if you haven't, I did ask you guys, some of you have been lovely, some of you have been terrible. The reason I say this is because we've launched finally after years and years and years. I've had my personal X account, my Tousi, but finally our team forced me to finally launch an official Tousi TV account on X. We got a yellow check thing, yellow tick. A lot of you have already joined, followed us at Tousi TV official on X. And so many of you have completely ignored me, so thanks for that. If you want to get all the news updates throughout the day and some funny content as well, make sure to follow Tousi TV, the official account. It's got the yellow tick on X to stay up to date. X now is obviously the only free platform with actual free speech. Also, I'm currently in an Instagram jail, in case you didn't know. I'm going to show you. So this is the funniest thing ever. Essentially, this is so weird. How do I show you this? Hang on. If I go on, for example, Yeah. So I'm going to show you the bottom of it, not the rest of it. On Instagram, I'm currently basically suspended a little bit. So I see, if I want to reply to someone, it says you can't send a message for another 1 hour. So I've had it for about 3 days. So the countdown goes down. It's like you've got 3 hours left. So I've got 1 more hour. I will be released from the Instagram jail. And you might wonder why I was put in the Insta jail. I will show you why. This is such an unnecessary sanction. I posted, if you think drinking beer is worse than marrying a 6-year-old, you should be deported. That's all I said. And Instagram didn't like it. And obviously, I got put in an Instagram jail. So that's why I mentioned Instagram, because X is obviously the freer platform. We can actually put things on it. Although X is not fully free if you're in the UK, because we did post a news update last night. Again, I can only show you on this because if you're watching from the UK, you can't really see it. On Tousi TV on the official Tousi TV X account, we posted an update about the Islamists obviously targeting Christians in Mozambique. And according to Keir Starmer's government, we have the Online Safety Act and Ofcom. A lot of accounts in the UK won't be able to see this. It's a news update about Christians getting killed by Islamists, but no. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached peak Islamists because they are now carrying the posters of Ali Khamenei on the streets of London. And apparently, according to Sadiq Khan and Keir Starmer, this is absolutely fine. Literally, imagine in 1939 or in 1941, on the streets of London, there was a march on behalf of National Socialists, and then they were just carrying posters of Adolf and Himmler. That would have been like not normal, right? But I'm going to show you this clip. This is from earlier on, well, literally like minutes ago, as these idiots are carrying posters of Khamenei. Look at them! Intifada revolution! They're literally chanting Intifada, which is to wipe out the Jews. How is this allowed? If you say that about any other group, any other ethnicity, any other nation, you will be put in jail immediately. If you say, for example, well, there's only one solution, wipe out, I don't know, the Chinese. But even in the UK, you will be arrested. This is not normal behavior. But apparently calling for the Jews to be wiped out, the only solution, while carrying the posters of Khamenei, that's fine. That's fine according to these guys. Wow. Anyway, so that's still there. What's going on? Hang on. Why are they not moving from there? There's still more Palestinian supporters joining the march. This is the end of the actual march. So weird. The counter protesters. You can stick your Palestine up yours. Amazing. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Should we go to Louis? Wow. Now this video is falling apart. What? Israel has made the whole world Palestine. Well, that's a success. Some of these signs. He's back. Is that it, Ty? You can stick your Palestine up yours. Alright, let's go to the better feed. What are they doing? What's with the siren? Oh, is that music? Don't play that. Someone was doing a siren. It's not a safe thing to do. Oh my god. Terrorist supporters of our streets. I actually don't feel left out because it's a little bit cold today in London. I'm not going there. Here we go. I want to see more crazy signs. Get the water cannons out, says Christine. Yes, I agree. Bring out the water cannons. It's such a shame. Boris tried to bring it back. They didn't let him. Bring back the water cannons. Oh my god. Okay, let's go to Louis quickly. See what's going on here. This is so... Hang on. What's going on with this? Where's that live feed gone? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we can see close up some of their signs. Oh my god. Now, alright, let's go back to the other one. Slightly better quality. It's the internet connection in London. It's not. Oh my god. Oh my god. Breathe, breathe. All right, what's going on with you guys? We'll wait for the counter protesters to shut down their music. Obviously, they're not going to do that. That's the point of it. They're there to provoke the other side. We got Barbara saying, Tousi, this is Barb from the US. You are our only news, well, the source of European news. Well, we're not European news, but thank you for that. There are other European news channels. I have not been able to find any European news updates from any of the US media. Protect yourselves, stay alive and uninjured. We need you. Thank you so much, Barbara. I appreciate this from the land of the free. Although we're not a European channel, we're a global channel, but yeah, we do European news as well. We got Mark, thank you so much. And Hugh says, oh, looks like I found the Hitler Youth now. The Intifada Revolution. Although you spelled it Antifada. It's like Antifa and Intifada. That's a nice coalition. Sounds strange in a sense. Yeah, well, the way you spelled it, yeah. Antifa and Intifada. Anyway, but yeah, it's basically the same at this point. Antifa, Intifada, they all want destructions of the West and everybody else. You're a step away. What is happening? Instagram just sent me a message. Apparently. So, on the same day, same week, when Instagram put me in jail for posting a joke, they are now saying I am now one step away from a verified badge on my profile. I think Instagram is drunk and it needs to go home. Do you want to punish me or you want to reward me with the badge? That's mixed messages. Okay, anyway. Carol says, protest Sydney Opera House banned. Yay! Oh, brilliant. Good news from Sydney. Some good news from Australia. All right. Now, the F, are we freezing Palestine from now? Freeing Palestine. Yet, no, they want to free it from the Jews. The Jews! Oh, the Jews are everywhere. We know what they want. They want to create an ethno-state, Islamist ethno-state with no Jews or anybody in it. That's what they say, from the river to the sea. They don't care about ceasefire. They don't care about the war itself. They simply want to cause more chaos. Look at those signs. You got the commies, you got the Islamists, you got people who refuse to shower. The usual lot are all out together. Surprise, surprise. All right, so I still haven't heard from Niak Orbani and the others who've been arrested. What are they doing now? Okay, I'm going to put the volume up. If there's music, I'm going to get angry. No, I'm not going down. How about this one? There we go. It's too far. I love this song. I can't keep playing this. We'll get banned. We'll get banned. Oh no. Well, that's the remix version. There you go. See, we're not allowed to play this. It's so unfair. God's best friend says, I am a provocation. But where did you... The thing is, this joke is about the fact that the presence of people who are not Islamists is basically provoking everybody on the street. That's why the police arrested those guys, including Niak, including Mark Burbuck and Kerper and many others earlier on, because they refuse to stay in their cages. The Jews have to be in a cage, apparently. Utter madness. All right, please tell me it's gone. Oh, I can't. Oh. That was embarrassing. Anyway, if I keep playing that, it will go away. All right, so this is the gist of it. We will still wait to see what happens over the next couple of hours. This will keep going until 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m. local time for another 2 hours and a half-ish. And then the police will start making arrests. So that's going to be fun. We're going to come back shortly with more updates, especially when I find out what on earth happened to our Tousi TV reporter, Niak, who was taken by the Met earlier on. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on X, Tousi TV Official. Follow us now. I'm Maya Tousi, and we are the media.